Welcome to Every Day is Friday. I am your host, Coach Jay Fry, and it is here where we try to deliver that Friday feeling and bring it to you regardless of the day. In this podcast, you are going to get leadership, you're going to get coaching, you're going to get inspiration, you're going to get all these things to take you where you're at today and help turn you into that person you're trying to be, into that leader you're trying to be, into that example that you know you have the capability to be. We are turning all these podcasts into 18 minutes. It will not go any longer. The reason why is because I want you to become your very best, and guess what? That's all it takes. It takes 18 minutes of deliberate and intentional practice every single day to outperform 95% of the people within your competition. So if you won 95% of your games, man, that'd be a whole lot of wins. And that's what we want to do here. So I'm not going to add an hour-long podcast. It's not going to be 36 minutes. It's not going to be 3 hours like Jocko. But it is going to be intentional and 18 minutes of jam-packed things. So we're starting today. Today is about the DOPE journal. I use it often in terms of my reflection. That's what I call it, my reflection in our Healthy Leader program, where I dive into the review of the day. Did I establish the things that I wanted to establish? Did I make the great choices? Which usually isn't the case. So I've got a whole detailed binder full of what my DOPE journal might look like. But where did I get the DOPE journal from? I got it from the United States Marine Corps. And this is our opportunity to take some of what the United States Marine Corps, their sniper program, what they use as their DOPE journal in order to make the best shots possible. It's what they teach. Their DOPE journal, so DOPE, is data of previous engagements. That's theirs. Ours is data of personal experience. So we want to take, when we write, we want to take our experiences and put it in the past and just to put it down. Emotions, thoughts, feelings, all that stuff. What were my actions? What did I do? So that I can help create consistencies and disciplines that can build upon one another. But it's not about me. It's not about my DOPE journal. It's about using today's DOPE journal, DOPE, what the Marine Corps snipers use, and make you a better leader. So here we go. Strap in. 7 tips. Start right now. Range to target. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marine Corps snipers, their first focus is going to be that they need to find the target and understand its distance. Okay? We need to understand the current situation. Now, they don't just automatically go to the shot, go to the spot. Now, they know exactly who their target is. They know exactly who they want to get. They know who they want to create intelligence on. And so how do I gather this? I've got to make sure that I can be the appropriate distance in order for my shot or my intelligence to be gathered. So what I want you to think about from a leadership standpoint, not a sniper standpoint, but from a leadership standpoint, we're going to turn this into 2 questions. Where is my team now? Where is your team at? We know exactly that we're running our team. We're running our business. We know this piece, but I don't know where my team is. I don't know how many people are veterans and how many people are rookies and everybody else in between. Where's my team at in terms of their level of education for how we need to move forward? What skills are missing, right? So where is my team now? If I can get my notebook, if I get my DOPE journal out, I can start writing down where each team member is. And that can help elevate the start. The second question here is, where do they need to go? Have we established standards and expectations? Do they know exactly what success looks like? And if you haven't told them where they need to go, then it's going to be really difficult for your team to perform at the level that not just you want, but the boss wants. Not just you want, but the owner wants. Not just that. We can't excel and perform to even higher levels if we don't know where we need to go. It's just like the old saying, right? If you don't know your direction, then anywhere will go. Anywhere will work. And that's what we're doing here. We've got to make sure that, A, we know where we're at, what skills are missing, what skills are needed, what gaps are happening, right? And now I need to place that point to where we need to go. And so now we've got this idea of, okay, I got to get to there. That's what we're doing here. We have to create the range to target. Know your distance. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, is wind speed and direction. A sniper better know the wind speed. Knowing the knots, knowing exactly how fast that wind is blowing is going to play a major factor in how he or she executes the shot. That's what we're looking at. So as we as leaders, we're no longer focused on snipers. We're focused on our team. We're focused on our development. We're focused on each one of their development and their capabilities. What I want you to think about is what external factors are influencing performance. What external factors? What can you think of that's outside of the realm of work that's influencing your team's performance? What might be happening inside that's influencing your team's performance? There could be some major dialogue issues, some communication issues. There could be an easy headbutting almost. Like there's major friction that's not getting solved, that's not being communicated. And so all they're doing is this. You've got a marketing director and a sales director like, hey, I need you to be better. Hey, I need you to be better. And now we're in trouble. We've got to know what external factors are influencing our performance. Number 3 is going to be our temperature and humidity. Okay? Temperature and humidity. This is a major, major thing for snipers. Temperature affects the way the bullet goes. Humidity affects the way it goes. Temperature and humidity drastically impact the way the shooter will shoot their shot. And temperature and humidity for us as leaders is simply the emotional and cultural climate that is existing within our team. So how is it? How is your team's emotional and cultural climate? Is this something, is their job, is your team, is you as a leader? Are you impacting them to where they are talking about you in a positive way? Are you developing them? Is there a development plan for them? Are you spending time with them? Are you listening to them? Are you giving feedback? Are you taking feedback? All these types of issues address the cultural climate. If they don't feel like you can listen or that they can have their things felt and heard, that they don't feel safe, then it's going to be really, really hard for you to excel as a leader. Temperature and humidity. What is your emotional and cultural climate? Number 4 is the barometric pressure at play, right? So not just your temperature and humidity, but what is the barometric pressure? Those are stressors immediately. Barometric pressure. What stressors are at play for you as a leader? It's going to get impacted. Think about it. Write them down. What stressors are at play? What stressors are affecting you leading your team? What stressors are your managers and those other leaders, those other top tier leaders? What are at play that are affecting them to the level at which might impact the team? Number 5, we have the bullet drop compensation. Okay, forgive me. I'm trying to read this and make sure that I say it correctly because I don't want to butcher anything that's coming from the United States Marine Corps snipers. So I could be off. But the bullet drop compensation, you're at a level. Well, eventually after distance, the bullet does drop, correct? You're going to shoot it up and it's going to come down and you're hoping to hit, right? So there has to be compensation for that. You know how far your gun will shoot straight. As a sniper, your gun will execute that shot straight for X number of meters. But then the bullet drops. Where does the bullet drop? Do you know where? The sniper does. The sniper knows exactly when is going to drop. Then that plays into distance. Am I at a higher level, which hopefully is the case, or are you at a higher level? So now they're playing that drop plus the level at which their altitude is higher. For us, leaders, we're going to flip that and we're going to think about the future. We're going to think about the obstacles that we need to account for. What are the obstacles that you as a leader, that you as a coach need to account for? What is going to happen? We're talking about people's circles, right? We're talking about their environments. What could happen? How can you plan for the future so that your team can execute at the highest level possible, knowing that that very well could happen? What does that look like? What are the things that you should account for as a leader that are going to be obstacles that are in your way to success? In entrepreneurship, we talk often about tripling things. If you think your budget is going to be this, triple it. If you think your time frame for executing a presentation or project is going to be this, triple it. But then over deliver. Try to deliver at the point at which you think. But I need you to understand that there are things obstacles and challenges. There's a hurdle. There's somebody else. There's a gatekeeper who's going to keep you from getting that to the decision maker. There are often obstacles that are in your way. How can you account for them? Number 6 is your scope adjustment. So now they're in the scope, and then now all I got to do is turn that knob to make sure that I adjust accordingly. But for us as leaders, what small changes will make the biggest impact? That's our goal. What can we do that's on a simple level at which can make the greatest impact? Those are the things that you're going to say yes to. Those are going to be the things that we need to do as best as we can from a leadership component. What's going to make the biggest impact? That's a small change. The 7th and the final one for our Marine Corps sniper program, our DOPE journal, what they're plugging in, is ammunition. The ammunition type and performance, right? You need to understand how far that bullet will go. A 9mm and a 5.62 are two different bullets that are going to travel at a different distance. What does that mean? Well, for you as a leader, that means everyone needs to be in the right position to succeed. So let me flip that and ask that question. Is everyone on your team, in the right position to succeed? We talk about butts and seats. Are the right butts in the right seats? This is something for you that's really important as a leader. I need you to make sure that you have the right people in position to succeed. So from a coaching standpoint, do you have the point guard playing 2 instead of should they be playing the point? Maybe that person should be bringing the ball down instead of this person, and we need to put them in the best position possible to succeed. We just watched March Madness. Guaranteed that Florida was putting those guys because they knew that when they made that call that it was going to be this person coming off the screen. It was going to be this play because they knew that that was the best chance for them to succeed. So we have 7 tips here to make you a better leader. We're going to go through them really quick. We've got the range to target, number 1. That is, where's my team now and where do I need them to go? Number 2, wind speed and direction. What external factors are influencing my team's performance? Maybe it's just my performance, but what are the external factors? How can I address them? How can I eliminate them? How can I decrease them? 3, temperature and humidity. How is the emotional and cultural climate? What changes need to be occurred? And how can we continue to fix the gaps and continue to strengthen the gains, strengthen the strengths, right? We want to continue being great at the things we're great at. Number 4, barometric pressure. What stresses are at play? What stressors are in your life that are at play here? What stressors are in your teammates' lives that are at play here? Number 5, the bullet drop compensation. What do I need to account for that will be a hurdle standing in the way? That will be a challenge standing in the way? What will it be? I've got to be prepared. Number 6 is my scope adjustment. So now we're sharp. Now we're in this. Now we're in the weeds. And we have to figure out what small changes, what are the smallest changes that can create the biggest impact. And if we can do that, then we're rocking and rolling. We're going to take those simple steps to make big impact. It could be just consistency. It could be just, hey, we've got to do this every single day, over and over and over and over. Number 7, ammunition type. Are my people in the right seats in order for us to succeed, in order for us to perform not just what our version of success is, but what past that might look like. Those 7 tips, Marine Corps Sniper Program, guys. Dope journal. Make sure you create your own dope journal with data of past experiences, right? So we want to write that in every single day. Write about your day. Write about your emotions, your thoughts, your behaviors, your actions. Things that are coming through here, put it down on paper. Put your goals, those big ass goals, put those down on paper so that you can become your best. So once again, you can go through this entire list of 7 things that can turn you and your team into the best possible leader. We want to thank you so much for being a part of this show. Thank you for listening. Please click subscribe. Please listen. Please pass this on to somebody else who is a leader, who does need to hear that this is our chance to elevate the needle. We appreciate you listening. Have an amazing Friday, because every day is Friday and every day is a chance for you to be your very best. We hope that for you. God bless.